There's been a lot going on with UK immigration lately, and there's been so many unfavorable changes which has forced some people to leave the UK quietly. So this is not just TikTok stories or just people complaining. This is real. And there's a confirmation from the Home Office, which is very shocking. We're going to go into the details right now into this video, so stay with me. Let's go straight into it. My name is Tochi. You're welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching, so YouTube can recommend it to more people. Kindly share it to everyone that needs to benefit from this, and to all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click the subscribe button right now. Thank you. I've personally come across stories and experiences of people that shared how they left the UK because they were not able to get a job, or the immigration rules were not favorable at all, and they had to leave the UK even though they really wanted to stay back. Okay, and we understand that UK governments have been making different changes, bringing in new policy. I've seen people sharing their stories of how they had to leave the UK. I even came across one recently on YouTube where she shared how despite over 200 job applications, she was still not able to switch from her study visa to a work visa. And I've also seen other people share the same stories as well. So I just had to look at statistics and data, and trust me guys, there is a confirmation. You will be shocked at what has been revealed by the Home Office. So it's not just about stories that people are sharing or rumors. It's not about negativity or trying to spread fear. No, this is just based on data, okay? Because one thing we try to do on this channel is to look at official documents, numbers, data. So it's going to tell us what exactly is going on. And if you watched my last video where we shared the number of people that applied, the number of applications that were granted in the UK recently, you would see that the numbers were really low, right? So for health and care worker visa, it was just 500 applications in January of 2026. That's for the whole health and care worker visa, comprising of doctors, nurses, carers, every profession in this sector. Only 500 visas were granted. And then for skilled workers, it was just over 2,000 applications that were granted, 2,600 applications in January 2026, compared to the thousands of numbers we used to see in the previous years and previous months. So this goes a long way to show us that applications have dropped. So while I'm still looking at this as a confirmation of what people are talking about, how it's been difficult to get jobs and switch to skilled worker visas and all, I then came across these other statistics from people that switch from graduate visas to skilled worker visas. It just states in summary that in 2023 or thereabouts, the rate at which people were switching from graduate visa to a skilled worker visa was higher. Like there were 63% switch to other routes from graduate visas. But with time, it started dropping, right? It dropped to 7%, to 6%, and even to 5% right now. I even saw somewhere recently that there were over 131,000 graduate visas granted, but only about 8,000 switched to a skilled worker visa. Just about 6.5%. That's to show you how this thing has been dropping, and it is just following all these immigration changes. In 2023, 2024, it used to be higher. Like we had a good number of people switching visas from graduate visas to a more permanent visas, but now it is no longer the case. It's now so difficult. Imagine over 100,000 visas granted and just about 8,000 were able to switch. That's to show you that it's just a very low number, So it's not just about people, sometimes when you say this story, you think it's not true, but the data, the numbers are here explaining to us that this is actually correct. This lady I watched said that she applied for over 200 jobs. I think, was it 200 or 300? But it was a lot. And she was not able to get sponsorship to stay back in the UK after her studies. And it's not just her, we've seen other stories as well of people sharing on social media, of people sharing about their siblings that have had to move back to their home countries because they were not able to get jobs. Like when I saw these numbers, I was like, what's going on? The drop is massive. So now you have to be strategic with the kind of job you're coming to study in the UK, with the kind of courses you're studying, especially if you have intentions of staying back to look for a job in the UK. You know, you have to go for courses that are in high demand, courses that will increase your chances of getting a job. You have to do your thorough research because, you know, you have to be very strategic right now. Do your research, ask questions, because guys, it's no longer the way it used to be. A lot of things have changed with the UK right now. And it's not even only with the UK. We have seen things changing with America, Canada, Australia. Like immigration rules of different countries are changing. It's not what you used to know before. The world is changing. Everything is just changing and it's moving very, very fast right now. So you have to try to stay updated so that you would place yourself, you know, have a higher value for yourself and be hot cake. Like, you go for jobs that are in high demand so that companies would look for you. Like, you won't be the one looking for jobs. Companies will rather be the ones looking for you because you have the skills and qualifications that are in high demand that they are really looking for, and you have something that you're bringing to the table. And I also came across this article by the Migration Observatory where they also try to open our eyes to a lot of things that are going on in the UK right now, and try to explain, like what I just said now, that you just have to be strategic now because things have really changed. Also mentioned the fact that people are not able to get jobs after their study, because what it is, some people after they are studied, they're not able to get a job. There is this graduate visa, you know, the post-study work visa that also allows you time to stay in the UK and look for a job as well. So it is now after that, if you're not able to now get a job, you now weigh your options and you might likely leave the UK, right? This under the post-study work visa, they said that many people are not able to get jobs that they are qualified for. So some of them have to settle for care and they are overqualified for those jobs. So they say that a lot of people are overqualified for the jobs that they are doing. They're literally settling for low skilled jobs even though they have more qualifications, and it's just because of all of these things that have been going on. The salary threshold that was increased, you know, so they tried to just look at trends and they brought out this report. So the share of people switching to work visas by the end of the first year after arrival in the UK rose sharply after Brexit, peaking at 18%, right? That was around 2022 and all of that. We've already seen that from the Home Office website where they tried to show us the number of people that switched from work visas, graduate visas to skilled worker visa. You know, it was a bit high, but now it just keeps dropping. So here it goes. It says that the share switching to long-term skilled worker visas fell in 2024. 4% of international students who received a study visa in 2023 has switched onto the skilled worker route by the end of 2024, while slightly more switched onto the graduate visa route, you know, and this may be owed to more restrictive skilled worker visa rules such as ban on dependents, increased salary threshold, and all of that. So a fall in vacancy rates may also have made it more difficult for the 2023 cohort to find eligible roles. So you can see that a lot of people were unable to find jobs that were eligible for them to switch to a skilled worker visa, you know, so hence the reports and the stories we've been hearing about people leaving the UK. Right now, it just feels like when it comes to UK immigration, all of that, we hardly hear any good news, you know. It's just what it is. There's no sugarcoating or saying, oh, you're spreading fear or panic. No, this is it. The UK government does not sugarcoat. They don't try to paint the picture that is not. So we try to show official numbers and data. I'm only a messenger. It's not me that types this thing. I was not there when the government printed that or posted it on the published it on the government website, and they publish it for us to read it, for us to see it. So I just only show, and I try to even show you guys to see for yourself. It's not me saying, it's not my words, it's the government. And Obviously, we all understand that the government have been bringing out strict measures, unfavorable conditions, visa rules, immigration changes, and obviously it has not been favorable. A lot of people were affected negatively, both those on skilled worker visas, both those on care worker visas, both those on study visas, study work visas. Is affecting everybody. Right, so reading on, you see that the most striking trend is the popularity of jobs in the care sector. Just under 40% of people who moved from the study routes to the skilled worker routes became a care or senior care worker. This is higher than the share of skilled worker routes visas going to care among people who apply out of country. So specifically 13% of skilled worker entry visas grants in 2024 were in the care sector. So both the number and share of students switching into care roles, both care roles and skilled worker visa roles, have been on the downward trajectory since the year ending September 2023. This decline predates the introduction of restrictions on migrant care workers, family members, and all of that we already know, right? So guys, if you look at this, you're going to see it. This is just everything that we have summarized. They try to explain it in details for you to see what's going on, the summary, the numbers, and everything. So they also gave us a table. This figure shows the number of people that transitioned from study visas to skilled worker routes by numbers, by age, by year, by nationality, and all of that. Okay, you can also take your time and go through it whenever you can, because it's a lot. If we try to say everything word for word as it is, we're not going to live here. So what I do is most times I just look at it and try to summarize it in a video just for better understanding. But if you now want to go into the details, you can now go on your own later on at your spare time and read it thoroughly to see the numbers and everything for yourself. Okay, they're all there out there. It's public knowledge. Just go on your phone, go on Google, type it out and see all for yourself. So when you're after everything that they have showed us, they now try to ask and answer an important question to say what happens next. So this is what it says. It remains to be seen precisely how recent policy changes will affect the rate at which international students remain in the UK. We're already even seeing it already. Okay, now in theory, the restriction on dependents and higher skill and salary threshold should all make it more difficult for former international students to qualify for private sector roles on the skilled worker route. Some may instead opt for the graduate route with its greater flexibility, but only in the short term. As a result, the stay rate of students should in theory decline. So this is everything that is going on right now. This is just the summary. The stay rate of students is declining, like it's going low. We have seen the numbers and it's going low every day. That's why I said that you should just be strategic. And most times it's also good to stay at the top of the news to understand what's going on. It will help you make well-informed decisions, help you decide if you're coming to study in the UK, the cost to study, what to do, how to better prepare yourself and everything. It's just good to know what you're getting into, right? So you can't just move blindly, not anymore. It's not even right for you to just go to a country or go to a place blindly, not knowing what's going on there. It will not help you at all. You'll be making a big mistake. However, the fact that students continue to be eligible to switch into the care route until 2028 may mitigate this decline in the near term. The decision to end overseas recruitment for the care sector means they may become one of the largest sources of workers for care providers. So guys, this is exactly what's going on, and I just thought to share with you all to understand everything. Guys, this is it officially. This is the official document, the numbers, the data, everything. And I just thought to share with you guys. This is obviously what we do here, to just try to keep you all updated, because everyone deserves to know what's going on in the country where they are or the country they intend to move to and all of that. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I wish everybody well. I just hope that for everybody who is in this situation right now, they're able to find something and everything works in their favor. I hope you get what you're looking for and you're happy at the end of the day. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.